In this video, we're going to cover how to build credibility on LinkedIn in only 30 days, even if you've got zero clients. So we're going to start by diagnosing the actual problem here, which is the fact that you might be new to a niche or you're pivoting from something else and you don't yet have testimonials, you don't have case studies or client results to showcase. And so when people land on your profile, they're not necessarily taking you as seriously because they're thinking, well, this person doesn't have any proof. Why should I trust them? And this becomes a credibility problem, and it makes it difficult to get clients without that proof. But you can't then get proof without clients. So it feels like a bit of a catch-22. And that in itself is keeping you stuck. But the good news is that you can actually build credibility without yet having clients. You just need to stack the right types of signals. So what is social proof stacking? It's really the process of systematically building multiple credibility signals on your LinkedIn profile so that by the time someone evaluates you, you actually look credible, even if you don't have client results yet. Now, each signal will reinforce the other, and when you stack them correctly, you create what I call perceived authority, where you're seen as trustworthy and credible, even if you're brand new. And I'm going to show you exactly how it works. There's really 7 credibility signals that you can build over a 30-day period. The first is your expertise signal, second, your content signal, then an engagement signal, your endorsement signal, association signal, media results, and more. And we're going to cover each of these in a bit more detail. So the first one is your expertise signal, and this is really where you create a proprietary framework or methodology. It's really the step-by-step process that you actually deliver to drive results. So you want to name it, you want to feature it in your headline and about section. For example, in my case, it could be the Influx autopilot system, a proprietary framework that guarantees a 50K pipeline in 90 days. So this makes you look like an expert even if you don't have clients yet, because you have a unique approach. You're not just another generalist, and this signal can be built in just day one. Now, the second signal is then your content signal. So you want to post 3 to 4 times per week over a 30-day period. So you want to share frameworks, insights, and unique perspectives so that when someone lands on your profile, they're already going to see 12 to 16 high-value posts, and they're going to think to themselves, this person knows what they're talking about. You can see that consistent content equals perceived experience. So you don't need client results. You just need to demonstrate your knowledge publicly. And this signal can be built in 30 days. Now, the third one is then your engagement signal. So comment on 10 to 15 posts each day. So leave thoughtful, valuable comments that actually add to the conversation. So when people see you actively engaging, they then perceive you as part of the community. You're not a lurker, you're an actual contributor. And this then builds familiarity and trust, and it's a signal that you're actually credible. This signal can then be built in only 30 days. Now, the fourth one is then your endorsement signal. So ask 5 to 10 peers, colleagues, or mentors for LinkedIn recommendations. These don't actually need to be from clients. Focus on your expertise. For example, it could say, I've worked with Alex and they're incredibly knowledgeable about LinkedIn lead generation. Their frameworks are top notch, so that when someone lands on your profile and they see 5 to 10 recommendations, they think other people vouch for this person. They must be credible, and this signal can be built in just 1 week. Now, the fifth signal is then the association signal. So mention that you've learned from or you've worked with. This might then entail you having featured certifications, courses, programs you completed. For example, you could list that you're trained by a well-known expert or you're certified in a certain methodology. And this is basically called borrowed credibility, because when you associate yourself with credible people or programs, their credibility then rubs off on you. And this signal can be built in just 1 day. The sixth signal is the media signal. So this is really you getting featured on a podcast, a blog, or an interview. Write a guest post for a publication in your niche. So even small media appearances can build credibility. When someone sees that you were featured on a certain podcast or a blog, they can think to themselves, well, this person is recognized, they must be credible. So reach out to 5 to 10 small podcasts or blogs in your niche. Offer to share some expertise, and most will say yes. This signal can be built in 2 to 4 weeks. Now, if you don't have client results yet, then share your own results. So for example, in my case, I could say that I built my own LinkedIn audience from 0 to 55,000 people in several months, or you might have your own version of this, or you can offer pro bono work for 1 or 2 clients in exchange for a case study or a testimonial. This then gives you proof, and once you have 2 case studies, you're no longer unproven, and this signal can be built in 2 to 4 weeks. So you can see that the breakdown over a 30-day period, what it would look like is week 1, you create your proprietary framework to update your profile to feature it and ask 5 to 10 people for recommendations. During your second week, post 3 to 4 times. So basically you want to engage with 10 to 15 posts per day, and then reach out to 5 to 10 podcasts or blogs for media appearances. During your third week, you want to continue posting and engaging, completing 1 to 2 media appearances, and then feature them on your profile. And during week 4, you want to then add case studies or personal results to your featured section, and then finalize your profile. So by the end of 30 days, you'd have stacked 7 credibility signals. You then look credible even without a long client list. And this is why it's called stacking, because you can see that at the beginning you might have 1 to 2 signals, then 3 to 4, 5 to 7, and this stacking effect will build on the previous until your credibility is undeniable. And once you've done this, you're going to find that you're no longer going to be dismissed as too new. When people land on your profile, they're going to see multiple credibility signals and think this person's legit. You'll find that people will take you more seriously, and you'll start getting more inquiries and opportunities to open doors. And this is the real power of social proof stacking. Now, this is a part of the type of thing we cover within our Influx autopilot system that enables us to generate qualified leads on autopilot for our clients. So if you want to be able to learn a bit more and understand a bit more about what underpins our guarantee of at least $50,000 in net new pipeline within 90 days for our clients, I'm going to leave a link in the description box below of this video for you to check out, where you'll be able to watch a new updated video to learn a bit more about our approach, and then that will set you up for success as you move forward. So I hope you found this particular video helpful as well. If you have, please do take a moment to like it, comment, share, and subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you on the next one.